No, delete, значит, оно не пошлет notification.
Не пошлет.
Но надо же, чтобы это было, а?
Иначе мы не сможем.
Не, потому что у нас, когда мы выходили из других, 40 равно после надо. Надо было по-другому сделать.
Может, вы сядете так, чтобы было... Так, чтобы не было видно.
Нет, нормально.
Ну, просто он
это...
там будет ходить на задницу.
Да. Ну, никого нету. Надо было сделать...
Нет. Она сможет перепостить, когда включится.
Так уже в эфире.
Почему не видно пока на странице? Ничего.
Я пока остановлю.
Не, надо, чтобы,
Катя,
надо, чтобы был эфир.
Да.
Катя? Вы видите трансляцию?
Есть трансляция уже.
Есть.
Вот.
Это у меня на
Нет,
странице?
нет, у нее. На ее странице уже есть.
Пускай поделится уже.
Да, поделитесь.
Надо не так сделать, надо сделать, как мы всегда делали там. Сеть. А у меня на странице еще нет.
Кать, ну что?
Hello, everybody. Wow. What a Anu Amusi. Wow, today has been terribly, things have gone terribly wrong with my Facebook here. Because Shegun Emmanuel Michael Lopez, welcome. Ayodeji Solomon, Kuze, you are here waiting for me, been waiting for me, right? I'm so sorry, everyone, I'm so sorry. Felix Efek, Bemi Orekoya, Gerald Gilbert, bless you. Shao Smith, Toye Sampson, Felix Efe, welcome everybody. Justin Mayo, sorry for the mess up. What happened was that one of my team members went and posted something on the Facebook that was prohibited, and so they blocked my Facebook page, so we can't enter my Facebook page. We couldn't enter any of my pages, and that's where the problem. That's where all the problem is, and so before we could find out what to do, it's taking so much time. It's taking so much time. So sorry that it's taking so much time for us to be back, to come out. Sorry for all the confusion. And for those people who have been waiting, we want to commend you for your patience and commend you for your tenacity. and for your long suffering, perseverance. Okay, I've not seen some of the regular people that normally come. I'm sure many of them have gone. I think we'll just go ahead and start the program because our visitor today has been waiting for so long. Ну что ж, здравствуйте. Я вас познакомлю. Как вам? Пастор Галина, познакомься. Расскажите о себе в двух словах нашим телезрителям по всему миру.
Здравствуйте.
Да.
Меня зовут Галина.
Hello, everybody. My name is Galina.
Я социальный пастор.
I'm a social pastor in the Embassy of God Church here.
Я являюсь членом Церкви Посольства Божия с 99-го года, 1999 года.
I've been in this church from 99.
Да. Ну, Божье Слово говорит, испытал тебя в горниле страданий, вот, так это обо мне. Потому что с маленьких лет я испытала безнадежность, я испытала отвержение, безотцовщину при живых родителях. Потом просто место жительства, нищета и просто такая безысходность.
Wow, she's just telling a story, a life story. You know, she went through a lot of difficulty while growing up as a young girl in the former Soviet Union, and that things were really difficult in her childhood.
11 лет я была в детском доме, а затем карабкалась по жизни. Меня качало как степной ковыль, и все-таки я получила высшее образование, получила 2 образования, и к 50 годам я достигла такой должности, как главный бухгалтер большого полиграфического предприятия.
Wow. So she's just talking about life principles that have helped her because she grew up as an orphan, and because of that she was raised up in an orphanage. So she didn't grow up as a normal child, and she grew up with so much deprivation by growing up in an orphanage. And so she had to, when you grow up in an orphanage, you have to fend for yourself. You don't have any help, and she had to do everything that she needed to do to get education. And she said she managed to get 2 educations, even though she's coming from an orphanage. And but at 50, after she came to the church, at 50, she said she reached the height of her calling, of her profession, which was the chief accountant of a big company. So she's an accountant in a very big publishing company.
В 1998 году ничего не предвещало беды, но мне поставили диагноз – рак желудка. Я была в отчаянии, я не знала, что мне делать. За меня молились, так как мои родственники, они все служили в православных церквях. Мой дедушка по отцовской линии, он был настоятелем Печерской лавры. Мне сделали операцию, вырезали почти весь желудок, оставили 150 грамм только. Вот с этим я жила, умирала, можно сказать, работала, вышла на работу, и мне все говорили о том, что есть такая церковь, Посольство Божье, но из-за своих христианских православных устоев я туда не шла. Долго боролась, наверное, 4 месяца. После 4 месяцев я поднялась утром и сказала мужу: пошли к Богу. И так мы пришли в церковь.
She was just telling a story about the fact that even though she was doing well, successful as a professional accountant in her profession, but you know, she wouldn't have discovered God, the living God, if not for tragedy. that God used tragedy to direct a path to the Lord. And that she was, even though she came from a religious home, that her grandfather was a priest in the Orthodox Church. But being a priest doesn't mean to know the Lord. So they didn't know the Lord in her family. She didn't know the Lord. But then a tragedy struck in her life. And it is this tragedy, the trial, that God used to bring her to salvation. And what happened was that she had a cancer. She had a cancer. She was diagnosed to be having cancer. And the cancer is what led her to the Lord. She had cancer of the stomach. And, they operated on her and, cut off most of her stomach. And, even though when she was sick, everybody in the city, everybody she knew, everybody was only pointing her to one place, and that is to the Embassy of God Church. And but because she was coming from this religious background and the Orthodox religion, she was afraid of going to a Protestant church, because in this culture, a Protestant church is regarded as a cult. And so she was afraid of, falling into a cult. And so she would not come. But when after the operations and she couldn't get better and things were not going for her and the cancer was not going away, that's when she decided to come and try the Embassy of God Church. And she came here, and she's been living for almost 20 years after.
В 1999 году, когда мне назначили, я просто умирала, и мне назначили опять такой процесс, как химиотерапия, я отказалась от нее. Я твердо знала в своем сердце, что я получила исцеление. И с тех пор, 1999 года, я не ходила в больницы, не принимала никакого лечения. Я, начала служить просто Богу. И уже с марта месяца мы пришли в церковь, а в сентябре я пошла в Академию Института Навина. Училась в институте.
So she said after she came to the Lord, at that point she was supposed to go through chemotherapy, and she refused to do that because she felt that the Lord has healed her. And, and she just, stood on the word of God and kept on serving the Lord. And she's still alive today, that God really did a miracle for her, that even though she had been operated on and she was supposed to go for the chemo, and that was supposed to continue her healing process, but because she believed the Lord, she came to the Lord, trusted God, and she got her healing rather than she thinks that the chemo could actually destroy you more than heal you.
У меня была мечта, я сразу начала служить людям, и у меня была мечта, что я где-то выстрою такой центр исцеления. И это будет центр, где будут очень многие исцеляться, приходить, принимать спасение, получать исцеление. Но вот шла, двигалась, ходили по больницам, служили в онкодиспансере, все. Но пришел момент, когда пастор Сандей начал проводить первую лидерскую школу. Кто я? И вот благодаря этому, благодаря его учению, я поняла цель своей жизни, я поняла, кто я поняла, что мне нужно делать. И он просто своим учением разбил эту серость мышления, серость разумения нашего понимания, что, как мы понимали свое служение, это разбилось в пух и прах. И благодаря именно этому учителю нашему я поняла цель своей жизни, и у меня расправились крылья, и я начала совсем по-другому смотреть на свою жизнь, совсем по-другому ставить цели и расставлять приоритеты.
So she's just talking about the fact that her life has totally changed after she came to the church, and she discovered she went to the Bible school, the church has a Bible school that she went to. She went through all the training programs that the church presented, and that she just discovered a new life altogether. And she discovered that life is not what she had understood life to be. You know, the way people lived in the world, people understood life to be, you know, in your success, in your career, in your family, and, you know, just physical things of life. But she didn't have values. She didn't have value systems. And she just began to discover that actually life is not supposed to be lived for material things only. Life is not about you. Life is about what you can give, not how much you can receive from life. And life is not just about what you can, you know, get from life, but life is how much impact you can make on other people, on your generation, and what footprint that you can leave behind you. So those are so even though she was grown up and she was a mature person, but she still needed to, you know, learn to live all over again. And unfortunately, many people in the world today, they think that they are living, but the things that we are living for are superficial things that will not, you know, have eternal consequences, things that will not be with us in eternity. And, you know, but the essence of life, really, the reason why we are sent here is to be able to live for the Creator, for the one that gave us that life, that we own everything to. And is the one we're supposed to serve, use every minute of our lives, use every day of our life to serve, you know, to justify the life that we've been given, to justify the fact that we have been trusted to live, to be given this treasure that is called life. So she changed her life, immediately. And by changing her life and by living for the kingdom of God, you know, the quality of her life began to change, and it even affected her life, her health. That she was no more dying of cancer, but she was able to, she got the right purpose. She got her life purpose right. But since her life purpose is right, it affected her health, and she was able to live a healthy life as well.
Мне 68 лет, но я живу полноценной жизнью. Я бесконечно благодарна пастору Сандею, бесконечно, потому что, ну, где бы я была сейчас, я смотрю на жизнь других людей. Женщины моего возраста сидят на скамеечках, но не имеют цели в жизни, а у меня огромные планы, у меня есть команда. Вот на этой лидерской пастор учил сразу нас гражданской позиции. Он... Значит, тогда только начали мы учиться, как открывать общественные организации, как открывать, ну, такие благотворительные фонды, организации. И я не понимала еще, вообще не понимала, как это и что будет. Но я шла в послушании. И мы открыли, организовала возле себя людей и открыли благодійну организацию. Такая «Джерело надії та життя».
You know, now I'm a senior citizen, and as a senior citizen in most countries, I'm a pensioner, and being in pension for over 10 years or 15 years, I'm actually 68. I'm close to 70. So in a couple of years, I'm going to be 70 years old. Now, at this age, in most countries, and even in our country here, most people don't live anymore. Most people are getting ready to die. When you are 70 years old, you think that's the end of your life and that you are ready to go to the other, to another world. But in the real sense, by the grace of God, this age is not a limitation for me. This age is the age I'm just firing. Pastor Sunday has taught us that, life is about giving. So no matter how old I am at 68, I'm still giving. I'm still focusing on giving. I went to one of the leadership class that Pastor Sunday did, and there he spoke about how every person could contribute to the society and how every person could be a blessing and a source of blessing to their nation, to their society. So not minding my age, not minding how old I am, I also want to contribute. I want to keep on contributing to the society. And so I went and came together with some older citizens like myself, and we started a civil society, an NGO, and to be able to influence the society. And we started working to, bring the influence of the kingdom of God into the life of people all around us and of our country. So it's not about how old you are, and it's not about your resources or your strength or what you lack, but it's about the knowledge you have and the understanding you have to be able to bring positive influence. So we started this NGO, and we started reaching out to hospitals, hospices, and places where people are in need.
Знаете, сразу почувствовалась разница. С 2007 года мы служили в Киевском областном онкодиспансере. И когда мы шли сами, нас выгоняли, говорили, что идите своими оккультными делами, занимайтесь за стенами больницы. Но как только ты идешь как представитель организации благодійной, сразу же другое отношение. И уже наработав вот такое отношение, наработав какие-то такие большие планы и стратегию, да, нас совершенно по-другому принимают. И когда мы входим в палаты, когда мы входим, с нами дружат, нас ищут. Мы дарим книги пастора Сандея, мы дарим Библии, мы дарим разные абсолютно всякую литературу, формат, который говорит о христианстве.
Because when you are at my age, you discover that many people you begin to value life. You begin to look at life totally differently. And so my organization is an organization that is focused on bringing hope to people. So what we've decided to do to bring hope to people is to look for people who are in more desperate situations. People who are, who are desperate, people who are in trouble, people who are fighting for life. So we target hospitals, we target clinics, we target places where people are vulnerable, and where people are more, closer to losing their lives, because that is when people really value life. When you are in the hospital and you are battling for your life, that is when you really need life. Especially me being a cancer patient and being a cancer survivor. And since God has healed me of cancer, I know how much life is to be valued. So before I tried to do this, before I started using the strategy that Pastor Sunday taught us, to take the gospel through as a social outreach, as an NGO, to go and reach out to those hospitals. I tried to do that when I was just by myself, not as a social group or civil society group. And they were not listening to me. Nobody was ready to receive me. But when I now came and I now come and I say, we are here as representing an NGO and civil society group, and then people receive us. That's when the doors began to open for us. Now, our NGO is so influential. Our NGO is so powerful in the hospitals of our city of Kyiv, Ukraine, that all the people who are sick, they are now looking for us, and every hospital is looking for us, and they want us to always come to the hospitals, to the hospices, and to minister to the sick there, because we give hope. We come with ministration, we come with the words of hope, words of faith, and people are not just depending on medicine anymore. People don't just depend on doctors anymore, but they are also hearing eternal words. They are hearing God's words, and they are knowing that there is hope for them in their situation. So right now, we are bringing relevance to people and bringing hope to people who are fighting for their lives.
Благодаря тому, что благодаря организации нам открылись двери на многих уровнях. Это как общественный совет при Минздраве, открылись двери в социальную...
Our influence has gone so much right now that we have been invited to be a part of the Ministry of Health of Ukraine. So right now, we are not just working on individual hospital basis. We are actually represented in the Ministry of Health of the nation. So we are working in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and, under them, and we are also an advisor. Our organization has become a consultant group with the Ministry of Health, and we are using that umbrella to reach out to all the health centers in the country. So because what we started small, it has grown, and apart from that, the social welfare ministry, social and welfare ministry of the nation have also invited us, and so we are also working through the social and welfare group of the country. We are also reaching out to all the people who might be in need of some welfare, some care, some love, some attention, and that is how we've been taught to reach out to the government, to reach out to them and offer them partnership. That we are going to do this for free. You are working for salary. You are doing what you need to do, but we are also citizens of this country, and we have responsibility, and we want to help you to take care of people who are vulnerable in hospitals, in hospices, and in people, in their dire situation. And where your help and your own professional help cannot help, we can bring spiritual help to help these people. And that's what we've been doing. And so we are now partnering with the government ministries and agencies, and representing them to bring about deliverance and healing and health and support to the world at large.
Мы можем и решаем вопросы на уровне департамента облздравоохранения, где нас принимают с распростертыми объятиями. Это большого уровня департамент, и где нам просто кланяются и говорят, что спасибо вам. Мы поблагодарили их за один решение вопроса. Они говорят, я поклонилась. Они сказали, нет, нет, это мы вам должны поклониться. Вот.
Our works are so recognized now by the government and by our state and by our city, by all the ministerial agencies and parastatals of our country, that everybody, they actually say, we are worshiping you, we are buying low to you, we are honoring you for your selfless services that you are doing, because we are covering all these hospitals and we are covering all the needs there. We raise our own money, we raise our own workers, we raise our own volunteers, and we are just volunteers that come to cover every hospital in the land and bringing deliverance, bringing help, and that's why they give us honor and recognition.
Но мы охватили за это время где-то 800 семей, потому что это не так мало, потому что дети лежат в онкодиспансере по 1,5 года. И мы за эти 1,5 года имеем индивидуальные с ними беседы, индивидуально работаем с ними, групповые, и поэтому очень много детей исцелилось. Очень много, по всей Украине, это Киевский областной, но мы имеем успех вообще по Украине, потому что сюда приезжают со всех областей.
One of the aspects of our work is that we are working with kids that have cancer. There are instances right now all over the world where children are diagnosed with cancer. And this is a horrible thing. It's one thing for adults to be diagnosed of cancer, but for the children to be diagnosed of cancer is something totally horrible. So as children that are diagnosed of cancer here in this country, they have special hospitals for them. So we pay a lot of attention to helping these families, because when your child is diagnosed with cancer, the parents are normally very disturbed and distressed, and they're usually very disillusioned and totally broken. Most of the time they don't know what to do. They're totally, hopeless. So we pay attention to helping those kind of families and parents, and then we also do what we could do to help the children that have been diagnosed with cancer as well. And God has healed a lot of these kind of families, and God has healed a lot of these kind of children that have been diagnosed with cancer. But right now, we have 800 kids and 800 families like that are all under our direct oversight. So we're taking oversight over 800 children that are diagnosed of cancer, and watching over them, caring for them, overseeing them, looking after them, and taking care of them. It's not as small as you might think. 800 cancer patients, and when that's their kids, and under one organization, it's not something even very small for any person to handle. But God is helping us. Some of these people have been healed, some of them have been cured, but all of them have been taken care of and been given hope and care and the love of God, which is most important. And then He's helping all their families and parents to receive Christ as a result. So through this love outreach, people cannot avoid the reality of Jesus.
Служение наше онкодиспансером не ограничивается. Бог расширил наши пределы, и мы тесно сотрудничаем с социальной службой нашего района, опекаем детей-инвалидов, многодетные семьи, дети-сироты, проблемные семьи. В общем, все неблагополучные, всех тех детей, и их семьи, которыми занимается социальная служба.
So apart from that, we are, overseeing also all the, there are a lot of situations in every country with welfare and with needs. And people have needs and welfare, single parents and people that, want to do abortion, or people that are from poor families or from down and out homes, and, people that are just totally out of life, out of the society. So we are overseeing these kind of people as well, especially the older people, the senior citizens, and especially those who are sick. And so whatsoever the challenges of people and people who are having terminal diseases and people that are struggling and battling for life, they come under our supervision.
4 года назад, извините, мы открыли детский клуб «Капитошка», и сейчас он насчитывает, охватили уже за это время около 2000 детей, а к ним еще, это прибавьте, еще их родители.
And 4 years ago, we extended our work to do a children club. So we have a children club for kids and teenagers and kids. And so we have 2,000 people. 2000 детей и плюс родители. So we have 2,000 kids in this club. 2,000 kids, and then plus their parents. Can you imagine, you have a club and you have 2,000 kids and their parents, and that's like two parents and one parent at a time. So that's another, but these are for healthy children. These are for normal children, but just reaching out to children as well.
Таким образом, мы распространяем Евангелие Царства в нашем районе. К нам приезжают из города Киева, со всего города Киева, дети, их родители. Мы проводим, такую тематика у нас христианская, и тематика берется в основном из книг пастора Сандея. Мы учим детей христианским ценностям. Когда проводим эти праздники, дети получают домашнее задание. Допустим, сколько ты сделал добрых дел за лето, как ты почитаешь, что ты сделал приятного маме, папе и так далее. А детки от самого маленького возраста у нас воспитываются. И самое главное, что они сейчас уже, наша команда, можно сказать, отдыхает, ведет такую руководящую работу. А все праздники, участие, все эти дети из мира. Мы молимся с ними, мы проводим индивидуальные уроки, групповые, ведем очень большую работу.
Another thing that we have also started to do is to disciple children. We discovered that we need to disciple kids to be able to continue the work of our organization. Like I said, my non-governmental organization and civil society is, I'm about 70 years old. And at my age, I'm trying to do my best and to give all I can to the world and to change my world before I go to be with the Lord. But I also realize that we must change the world through the youth as well, and we must pass down this value system to the young people. So what we do is that all these young people that we reach out to, they are not members of the church. These are just secular people, kids, those children in our club. We teach them to also carry love, to reach out to the vulnerable parts and people in the society. We reach out to them. We reach out to as many. We are not the ones reaching out now. What I now do with my team is that we only do an oversight kind of work. We only train and disciple the children. So these kids, most of them are from unbelievers' homes or non-believing parents, and they are the ones now, you are the face of our NGOs. They are the ones going to the hospitals, they are the ones going to the hospices, they are the ones going to the cancer centers, and they are the ones taking care of the cancerous children and the terminally sick people, and they are the ones actually taking care of most of the things that are being done right now in our club, in our NGO. And so it also emphasizes the importance of discipling younger generation, so that they will also begin to have empathy, and they will begin to have the compassion to other people, and they will begin to do charity work and welfare work. They shouldn't wait till they are ready to die, or they are old, or they are senior citizens like us, but to be able to pass across this virtue and this value of loving people, this value of love and charity, to be able to pass it out to the young generation. I mean, it's a beautiful thing when children and younger people are the ones taking care of the terminally sick people.
Вместе с социальной службой мы проводим фестиваль для детей-инвалидов «Поверь в себя», где дети-инвалиды показывают, на что они способны, разные конкурсы. Мы это поощряем, чтобы они не чувствовали себя обделенными. Посещаем церебральничков детей, которые лежат, дома они не могут выйти из помещения, поэтому мы приносим им Иисуса домой.
Another area of our work as an NGO, what we use to change our world is that we also we go ahead. We discover that there are so many people in any society that are incapacitated, people that are lame, or people that have had accidents, or people that are just born invalid, or people that are just that have been rendered redundant for one reason or the other. People who cannot leave their homes, people who are blind, people who are sick, people who are crippled. So somebody needs to take care of them, and the gospel needs to reach out to these people. So what we did is that we did an analysis and a research and found out how many people like that we have in our society. So we got a database of these people, and we started reaching out to them in their homes. So, and because there are different people like this, there are some of them that are kids, that are children, and they think, the attack is on their mind, that they are inferior to other people. They cannot walk, they cannot go out, they cannot go to school. So those kind of children, we arrange a different program for them to take care of them, so that they will feel themselves as normal children, so that they will see. We even do competition for them. We do for them everything that they do in normal schools, so that even though they are at home, but they have their own community. So we are reaching out to all these people who might be crippled and lame and incapacitated one way or the other, invalid one way or the other, but they will create for them their own lives, their life that does not allow them to think that they are inferior. And then we do the same thing to the adults. There are also a lot of adults that cannot leave homes. There are a lot of adults that are blind, a lot of adults that are crippled, a lot of adults that are lame, a lot of adults that cannot leave their homes. So we have a whole outreach, and based on the database of those people, we reach out to them, and we make them feel accepted in the society, even though they are in their house.
Только если начинаешь делать что-то, Бог прилагает финансы, Бог прилагает людей. Раньше мы стояли на акциях, собирали деньги, собирали продукты. Теперь мы этого не делаем, потому что у нас есть спонсоры. Вот. У нас есть спонсоры. Дальше мы еще 15 лет опекаем старичков брошенных в хосписе, пастор, в хосписе. Это 15 лет. Таким образом, весь наш район охвачен, ну, вот эти страждущие, обремененные, они охвачены все. Все, кто нуждается в нас. Мы стараемся всем помочь.
Yeah, another thing.
Кто нуждается в Иисусе?
Yeah, another thing we do is that we just make sure that we take care of all the people. Parish always сказали до hospice.
Хоспис
Sponsor, okay. Before, you might have questions on how we get money to do everything we are doing. What happened is that, the way we've been taught in our church is that everything you are doing is your ministry before the Lord. That you are here on the earth to be able to carry out a mission for God. So you are not supposed to be paid for your mission. You are not supposed to be paid for your assignment, for your, rather we work and make money so to be able to sponsor and be able to do ministry for God. So in our own case, since I'm a pensioner and I'm a senior citizen, and then people in my club, so what we did is that we would just write a letter of appeal to people, and we just look, go ahead and look for sponsors and write for people to, contribute and bring, and we just reach out to different organizations to raise money. But now, we don't even need to write people anymore. Our works are so well known that there are sponsors that come to us by themselves because of the track record of our work and because of the work we are doing that is so visible. We don't need to look for money anymore. People just bring money to us so that we'll be able to do what we need to do. So the point I'm trying to say is that when you are ready to do the work, when you are open to, pursue your goal and your purpose, and when you begin to do something, just step out and begin to do what you need to do. When you try to do your best, and God knows that you are doing your best, because maybe you need to start out in your own power, with your own resources, but later on, God will see that you are sincere and that you are not after your own gain, and other people will see that also, and God will bring the right people to your life that will be able to help you and sponsor you to be able to do what you are supposed to do.
Нами наработаны программы, нами наработан такой уже продукт наработан, что мы с этим продуктом хотим ездить в таких планах, в целях наших по всей Украине и нести просто Евангелие Царства детям и их родителям. Этому, это наши цели, это наши планы, и я очень рада, что в свои годы я живу полноценной жизнью. Я училась на домашних группах пастора Сандея, смотрела, как другие люди рассказывали, что они делают, и это давало стимул, давало какую-то такую мотивацию и двигаться дальше, и не сдаваться, не опускать руки. У меня своих детей родных нету, а представляете, сейчас их у меня сотни. Мое сердце, просто оно торжествует. Сегодня мы провели праздник, он такой замечательный получился. Он посвящен Дню знаний. И мы учили детей, что знание, что такое знание. Мы учили, мы в таком восторге, что просто не передать. Мы в восторге, а родители еще больше.
I told you that I was operated on when I was younger because I had cancer. And because of that, most of the part of my internal organs were cut off and removed. So I don't have my own children. And as it is, even though I don't have my own natural children and physical children, but I'm living such a full life, and so having so many children, hundreds of children now. And thanks to the fact that I have the freedom to be able to do that, I have the liberty to be able to reach out to other people's children. And so, like the Bible says, that he that is barren, that doesn't have children, will have more children than the ones that have children. And that's my testimony, that I have more children than those people who gave birth. And because, we are able to reach out to with our program that we develop to any kind of hospital, any kind of welfare center or social centers where people are in need. We have so much experience. We have so much, developed material that we're using to reach out to these people to meet their needs. And so, I'm being rewarded even here on earth. I'm being rewarded by the lives that are changed. I'm being rewarded by the lives of the children that are transformed, and all these children that are so grateful that they are, to me now, like my children, and they are in the hundreds.
Наша работа замечена государством, показывать грамоты.
Wow.
Мы имеем много, немного, может быть. Я в этом году была даже номинирована на государственную награду, на орден от президента. Вот, поэтому вот подяки такие, подяки за... Показывать
Сейчас, минутку. Я переведу то, что вы just сказали. So our work is has become so influential and so famous in the land that I have so many, government awards right now. So we have been awarded by the government, and even this year I was nominated to one of the presidential awards and medals for our work. But we have so many of these, awards from various government structures, and you see some of them. I brought some of them today. I'll show you that one.
По одному. Вот эта грамота, это держадминистрации район.
Is from our state government.
Да. За работу с онкобольными детьми.
Recognizing the award we got for working with the children that are sick of cancer.
Это от Киевского городского совета за работу социальную.
The award we got from the government of the city of Kiev for our social welfare work with welfare and social work with the less privileged people in the society.
Это вот такая подяка Юнь Киева за прошлый такой был огромный фестиваль всеукраинский. Это тоже наша организация.
This is another award here that we have been that was given to our organization for the work we are doing with the people in the land.
Это подяка тоже за благодійну допомогу.
This is another award we have here.
Да, от районной держадминистрации.
From our regional government.
Да, а это диплом. Диплом, такое нагороджується, это за участь у мистецькій акції миру, єдності, обіймись Україна.
And this is another award here that we have here for all the activities and the social civil society work that we have done to contribute to the building of a new Ukraine.
Пастор, за відданість українській державі. За посвящення української держави.
This is a certificate in the name of Ukraine and the government and in the name of the nation. So the nation is recognizing our efforts in restoring people and restoring lives and bringing restoration and healing to the less privileged people. So 70 years is not a limit, and pension or being a senior citizen is not an impediment to doing good and to being relevant. So you could be relevant at any age. You could be relevant bringing the kingdom of God to wherever you are, as long as you are taught and you are taught to know who you are. You know who you are. You are confident of who you are. You are confident of God. You have faith in God. You have faith in yourself, and you are willing to fulfill your destiny. There is nothing that will be impossible for you. Let's see some of the work that we do. Here is our children club, where I said that we have 2,000 children. This is some of our activities. These are some of our activities, some of our charity events that we do for the public. So with these children, we go to perform and speak and do concert and do all kind of presentations to bring life and hope. This is how we go. Like this was New Year. This is my team. My team, we go to do some presentation in the hospitals otherwise. These are some of the children that we cover in our club. You see the club here, but we don't just have the 2,000 people in the club. We have their parents as well. So this is another one of our events. These are the things we do for people in the hospitals, in the children homes, for the people who are sick and people who are vulnerable. This is another team of ours that we go together, we perform. And this is one of the awards. I was receiving one of the awards, the government awards here. Yeah, these are some of our kids. Like I said, I don't have my own kids myself, but you see, it's how many kids I have now. Just because I was willing to go out and reach out to people who are less privileged, and I want to fulfill my kingdom mandate. Every one of us have our kingdom mandate as well. So these are some of our events that we're conducting for our children, and yeah. So here we are in the hospital of cancer hospital here, cancer center, where people are dying, and so we have to wear those, and some of them are children. This is the cancer center for children, so we have to go there and look at the cancer patient baby there with their parents. Some of them are disabled. So these are the ones we reach out at home. So we go to people's homes as well, and these are the special centers where they put them, people, the children who are sick, who are in need, and these are the products and the goods we take to those people, so that we don't go empty-handed. We go with love, and we give them what we have, and we show them kindness, the acts of kindness, in kindness and in deed. So we don't just talk to them about how God loves them. We don't just pray with them, but we also bring support, all kind of support that we can afford. But we raise all this support from our sponsors, from people that we tell about what we do, so that they come and help us, and we raise the money to be able to minister to more people.
Я хочу сказать большую благодарность нашему пастору Сандею. Я считаю его отцом, учителем. Я не знаю, где бы я сейчас была, что бы я делала. Наверное, уже бы и косточки сгнили. Но я просто благодарю за каждое его учение, за каждую книгу. Я благодарю за то, что вот он учит нас, как нам жить, как не прозябать, как достигать целей. И я очень благодарю за мою команду. Я самая старшая в ней. Мне 68, а я считаю командой еще даже тех, которые только начали ходить, потому что они уже участвуют с родителями в подготовке всех наших мероприятий. Я очень благодарна Богу за то, что Он меня вот привел сюда, в этой церковь, и от самого начала и до конца я остаюсь верной и Богу, и этой церкви. Потому что здесь это что-то необыкновенное. Такого нигде нет, мне кажется.
I want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to my teacher, my mentor, my pastor, Pastor Sunday, for training me and teaching me to live a new life. Not a life that is concentrated on self, not a life that is concentrated on making a living or receiving what you can from life, but a life that is making the world richer, a life that is enriching the world, a life that is giving life to others rather than taking life from others. Thanks on behalf of myself and on behalf of my disciples and every other person that are in our club that we have been able to reach. I want to say a great, great thank you to Pastor Sunday and to this church and to my pastors and my leaders. If not for them, I don't know where I would have been. I think I would have been down under. I would have been dead, and I would have been rotting right now. In the world. I mean, in the ground, if not for this church. But I would have died. I would have died of cancer. I would have died of depression. I've died of many of my problems, but because I stopped living for myself and I start living for other people, I start giving life to other people, my life is not running out. I have much life to give now that I'm not ready to die. Age is no more a factor to me. 70 years is just the beginning. We keep on giving life. But most importantly, I've given this same life that you gave me, I've given to many other people who are following me. So now I have my team. I think people in my team are as young as 1 year old or 2 years old, because all the people that we reach, we teach them the same value system that you have taught us. And they are going to keep on carrying this work and this, charity, this outreach, the outreach of love to the destitute, to the weak, to the poor, to the outcast, to the sick, to cancerous disease, patients. This life will keep on multiplying to give life to others. So my appreciation and gratitude, Pastor.
Спасибо большое, что выслушали. Я хочу еще сказать о моем муже, потому что он все время рядом со мной, он поддерживает мои руки, он терпит, когда меня нет дома. И очень-очень благодарна, всем благодарна, кто участвует в моей судьбе.
I want to use this opportunity to thank my husband, who has always been beside me and helping me and being supportive of me, because I go out a lot. So, if you are leading such an organization, definitely you are very busy. So I've been very busy. I've been very, most of the time not at home. I've been, engaged with the ministry and with my outreaches. And my husband has always been beside me, been very supportive, been very, very, very helpful. Always been there for me, giving me all the assistance and help that is necessary. And I want to use this opportunity to thank him as well, and to thank everybody that have been there for me, for our organization, that have been, that have helped us to become who we are today. Amen. Thank you. Yes, sir. So now, I want to use this opportunity to say a big, apology to all of you guys that I didn't come out on time today. Like I said, I have a team that is managing my Facebook and my account and my blog. I don't know what my Facebook guys did. They went ahead and made a mistake somewhere. I think they published something that Facebook didn't like. So Facebook blocked us for, we don't know for how long yet, but we have been blocked. Been blocked from coming out and doing my, coming out to my Facebook. So, so we have to use other ways. We have to find other means and other alternatives of coming out to do this Facebook program today. So it took like half an hour before we could find a way to be able to come out today. So it took half an hour. It took us time to be able to do what we're doing right now. So we want to really apologize to all of you guys that you are waiting for me at, the normal time, at the usual time, and we were not there because we were looking for how to, make us come on today. So even though it's late, but thank God that it's better late than never, and we still are able to come out with Galina with our testimony. And I'm sure those of you who had the faith and the patience to remain and to wait for this time and to wait for this program, that you've been rewarded by the testimony of Galina, that, there's nothing impossible for God, and that age is no limitation, and cancer is no limitation, and no matter what situation you are going through, you can still fulfill your mandate and your heavenly vision. And that is what the testimony of Galina is telling us today. So, anybody wants to say anything before we let Galina go? We are releasing her, and I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to her on behalf of all of you. And if you want to say thank you to her as well, you can write something, and maybe she has inspired you. Let her know. Fumbi, wow, this was your first day? It was my first day. I'm excited I made it, Pastor. Thanks and blessing. Thank you, Galina. People are greeting you. They're saying thank you to you, Galina. Christina said, with the life that God gave me, I will continue to bless others with life. Beautiful expression and presentation. Okay, Delphine Fombi, you always did the replay. Good. Glory Bay said, awesome testimony, woman of God, Galina. Awesome testimony. Can we share the link, please, so people can know Pastor is online? Yes, if you have not shared the link, please, let's share the link. I forgot to say that in the beginning. Please, let's go ahead and share the link so that people who miss this program will be able to watch it next time. Please go ahead and share the link. Let's all go ahead and share the link if you don't mind. Justin said, thank you, Galina. Gladys said, great woman. Galina, great testimony. So please go ahead and let's look for our share button. Let's go ahead and share this link so that other people will be blessed as a result. Okonko Shukwudi say, thank you very much, Galina. We appreciate you coming on to share with us. Ojuolakwe Martin say, what a great testimony. Thank you, Galina. The Lord increase you. I'm truly inspired and challenged. Delphine says, thank you so much. Keep up the good work, woman of God, Galina. Very inspiring. Very inspiring. Thank God. Thank God for that. Okonko said, it is not yet late to start making a difference. She is doing that at her age. Very great. Very good. Omiyale Yomi said, I have read and completed Pastor's latest book, Only God Can Save Nigeria. It's a very great book, and I advise everyone here to get a copy of the book. Now, Omiyale Yomi, if you have not written me about your report, about your comment, or your review, please write it to me at my email, pastor@godembassy.org. Let me hear your report. Let me hear your impressions. Let me hear your feedback from that book. And then you could go also to the comment section of Amazon on the books to go and comment on the book so that other people will, they will know and have an idea of how important the book is or how a blessing that book has been to you. So, Yomi, please go ahead and do that. Go and send your testimony of the book or your report or your review. Send it to me on my Skype or my email, and also send it to, go and write it on Amazon under the book. Delphine said, I'm getting a copy of that book today. I'm curious. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's going to bless you. Christina Lampe said, powerful testimony, Galina, to inspire others that they have to know that age is not a limitation. Age is not a limitation. All right, guys. Well, I'll be back with you tomorrow morning. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning by the grace of God. Thank you so much for your time and blessings. God bless you guys. See you tomorrow. Blessings. Bye.